Hi, Miss Supranational. I'm so excited to be with you today with Miss Polly of all people. Of course.
Okay, Chanique.
Yes.
It feels so good to be with you again.
I know. After a whole year, Polly.
Yes, after 1 year, and I've been seeing you everywhere, visiting various countries.
Yes. Yeah. So exciting.
Let's have a casual interview with Miss Supranational.
Yes.
So, the first question to the still reigning Miss Supranational. Tell me about your family background and the place where you grew up.
Oh, I absolutely adore my family. I am the only child though, so I was spoiled with love and affection. I'm really, really grateful. My grandmother and grandfather is actually from the Netherlands, so I get a lot of Dutch influence from my granny. And I grew up in Windhoek, Namibia, in a small little, Windhoek is a small little city, and in an Afrikaans school. And then I went to study in Cape Town, South Africa, for fashion designing. So from this conservative little town to South Africa, which though in those days to me was this big, very diverse and fashionable out there city. So yeah, I love my childhood and growing up there.
I'm just staring at you wearing that crown. Is it really heavy? Could you tell us about this precious crown?
I love it so much. It is heavy, a little bit of course, but it has cushioning on the inside, which makes it, soft. And no, it's really steady. Like I can move my head, everything's good. And yeah, I almost have to say goodbye to it. So I'm a little bit sad.
Okay, so Chanique, can you tell us about your childhood dream?
My childhood dream? I wish I could tell you that my childhood dream when I was little was to become a title holder, but it wasn't. It was actually when I was really little to be a ballerina. But I went for 9 years of ballerina classes, and my ballet teacher said, no girl, you can't even touch your toes, so you're not gonna be a ballerina. So no, didn't do that. No, I'm joking, but this was a dream from when I was in high school, and I worked really hard to eventually get here, so I'm very grateful.
Okay, so can you tell us about your hobbies or your interests?
Yeah, in school we lived close to a lake, a dam, so I did a lot of water sports, skiing and wakeboarding. I did athletics as well, so I still like being active, and I'm a fashion designer, which I can't do, professionally or, on a daily basis right now. So I kind of see my fashion designing as a hobby right now. So when I'm making myself gowns or teaching sewing skills, I kind of see that as a hobby because it really brings me so much joy.
Okay. So what about Chanique's beauty secrets?
My beauty secrets? The one thing that I have always done that is like a really strict rule for me is I know a lot of girls, especially in the pageant industry, when it's really quick and you don't have a lot of hours to sleep, they just kind of sleep with their makeup and wear it the next day. Mm-hmm. That is something I cannot do. Mm-hmm. I have to completely wash my face, everything, like it has to be squeaky clean every single night. Mm-hmm. And I think that is, kind of something I believe in. I think that might help.
Wash your face before you sleep.
Every night. No skipping. Never.
And what makes you scared? Does anything scare you?
Yeah, I think this is also a weakness of mine. Something that scares me is the unknown. So, of course, Andre and Garrett is probably so tired of me always asking them, what is the schedule? What's happening? What's happening next? I want to know exactly what's happening so I can prepare myself, but I'm working on it because the unknown scares me, but this year has taught me to kind of just be in the moment just kind of, live moment and day by day and accept what's happening around you. And yeah.
So maybe you're the type of person who's always on your toes, who's organized.
Yeah, I'm quite organized, but sometimes it's always good to not know exactly what's going on. So it teaches you a little bit to be spontaneous and out there, yeah.
Okay, and what are your pet peeves?
Pet peeves? I know ice cream is like a really general thing, but it's...
I mean, pet peeves, the ones that you don't like.
Sorry. When I drive, I have a little bit of road rage. I feel like when people drive really, really slow, I wanna... I wanna... but of course, I can't say or do too much, but sometimes I just wanna like, bonk, bonk, like... Hooter a little bit. That's like something that really, really bugs me.
Traffic, I'm sure.
Traffic. Because remember, I'm from this small little town. We don't know what traffic is. We don't have it. So when I drive in a big city, I'm like, what is this?
Okay, so is there a mantra or a favorite quote that you live by?
Oh yeah. Something I don't even know where I read this a while ago, but it is something I believe as well. One person might not be able to change the whole world, but by changing one person's world together, we can change the worlds of many. You know, so that's something I try to live by. Even if I make someone smile that day, that changes that person's world for that whole day, and that person would go and make someone else maybe smile, or it's like this circular effect.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah.
So, describe your fashion sense and style.
I think I'm not very like a flashy, says me with the sequins right now, but I am more of one tone or like the natural tones. I like structured, and I like being a little bit edgy sometimes, but not all the time. So I like the structured, one-toned like things. That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Not too much print.
And what is your greatest weakness, and how do you work to overcome it?
I think like I mentioned earlier, you know, with me wanting always to know what's happening, but I really am working on it, and I think this has been the perfect year for someone like me to kind of just accept what's happening around them.
And how is it like working with the Miss Supranational organization?
Oh, Polly, I love it. No, like I think it's like a family. It really is like a family. Like Garrett has become this father figure to me. Garrett, the president of the Miss and Mr. Supranational organization, always trying to make sure that I'm safe and happy. And Andre, the creative director, is always making sure that every trip or activity or project is truly successful. And of course, Varu, the Mr. Supranational, has become such a good friend to me. And a lot of the girls that I competed with last year and even this year, and the Misters, it really does feel like a family and a support structure right now. So no, it's been absolutely amazing, really.
I was wondering if did anything change about you from being a regular girl to being a queen that a lot of girls look up to. What has changed?
I think,
or what did you discover about yourself?
Yeah, because I think, sometimes I wake up in the morning and I look horrible like any girl would when she wakes up, and I kind of think I haven't changed so much. I feel like when I wake up in the morning and I look at myself in the mirror, I'm exactly the same person as I was 2 years ago or a year ago. So I've and this is also something my family and my friends help me with, is I really try to stay true to myself and just be me. Yes, the clumsy, goofy, shy, fun, so... But I think I've grown as well into someone a little bit more confident in my own skin and comfortable, and also not be afraid of my own dreams. And that is something I wish for any of these ladies competing right now, or anyone that is considering competing in any type of pageant. It really does transform you into being yourself and comfortable with yourself, and comfortable with being able to dream and going after your dreams.
Yes, and I agree with you, Chanique. Nothing really has changed. When I met you last year, you're still the same sweet girl, very humble, and truly an effortless beauty.
Thank you, Polly.
So let's do fast talk.
Okay.
Okay, what is your early morning ritual?
I like to meditate. I've learned this probably a year ago. I like to meditate and then start brushing teeth and showering and rushing to get to work or wherever.
Meditate like yoga?
No, not so much yoga as sitting, and it's almost like a ritual where it could be praying, it could be just being in the moment, because I feel like when you wake up every morning and you decide, I am going to have a good day, I'm going to have a productive day, I'm grateful for everything around me, then the day is always good. So I've kind of picked this up now.
So it takes just a minute to do it?
It takes me about 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Yes, and it's just kind of, when you wake up, you know, you're a little bit still asleep, and when I just kind of sit up and I am actively, with my eyes closed, I'm actively thinking about things I'm grateful for, productivity, being in a good mood. It truly does change my day like this.
Helps.
Like it gets my mindset in a positive way every single time.
I never heard about it.
Really?
Did you read about it or learn it from someone, or it just came from?
You know, I have had some amazing people in my life, and it's kind of my take on between meditation, religion. You know, I'm taking everything that I could learn from everyone and kind of making it my own to what works for me. So.
I see.
Yeah.
I'll try to do that as well.
Of course, we can do it together tomorrow morning.
Okay, so how much do you spend in the bathroom? How much time?
How much time I spend to get ready?
Yes.
Polly, I can take 5 minutes. I can take 3 hours. It's like it depends on what mood I am. Really, I've learned to put the lashes on and everything. I can do it in like 30 minutes. But when I want to take my time and enjoy what I'm doing, it could take 3 hours as well. Really.
Oh my God, 3
like,
hours.
But
Wow.
honestly, like today, I took maybe 40 minutes max, but tomorrow you might wait for me for 3 hours. So depends on in which mood. Depends on how good my meditation went in the morning.
So what is the most expensive material thing you bought for yourself?
Let's say in the last couple of months, I think what I spent the most money on was a new phone. I bought myself a new phone. I was
And what is your idea of a perfect relaxation?
Relaxation? You know, at home we live on this beautiful wildlife estate thing where you see giraffes and kudus and oryx, and that to me is kind of my happy place. So if I want to be just content and relaxed, I want to go home and sit on our patio and enjoy this nature and the wildlife. That to me is pure relaxation.
Okay, and when was the last time you cried and why?
Polly. I cried a couple of weeks ago, actually. You know, I can be really honest. There was a lot going on. Like every other person in the world, they have ups and downs. And in that day, it was the anniversary of, I think, my brother's death from years ago. It was my grandmother. It was a lot of pressure on that day. So there was just a lot of things happening. I was missing my family and friends. And you know what? It's fine to cry. I think every single person goes through a day that isn't as great, when the meditation didn't work this morning, and it's okay to cry.
It's a good release.
Yeah, of course.
And who's your favorite music artist?
Oh my gosh. Probably, I don't know.
Enrique Iglesias.
No,
That's my favorite.
Really? No, I love him, of course. I would say, this is so funny, but the first thing that came into my head was when I was little, the thing that I loved the most was the Pussycat Dolls. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know why this came into my head, because I don't listen to them actively anymore, but I remember them having a really big impact on my childhood.
So you know how to dance the Pussycat Doll way?
Yes, of course. Many hours in my room spent on her or their music.
And your idea of a perfect date?
Oh my gosh. Do you remember in Miss Congeniality, when one of the contestants were asked that their perfect date, and she was like May 15th because of the weather. I promise that would not be my answer, but
not too hot, not too cold,
not too hot.
just for
Light jacket. Yes, it's my favorite movie. I would say something active. I'm not someone that loves a fancy restaurant and like being. There's nothing wrong with that, of course, but I think for a very first date, I like doing something active, either going to the lake or the dam, doing some type of water sports, or hiking, or you know, just something that kind of breaks the ice so that you can focus on something else while getting to know the person. I think so. So my boyfriend knows. Yeah.
Okay, so in the past year, what do you remember was the nicest thing said about you that really tickled your heartstrings? That you remember?
Someone told me the other day, they quoted a words from Maya Angelou, something that everyone has heard, I think, a million times, but they came to me, this lady from, I think it was, I was in Spain, and this lady came to me, and she, you know, I'm a firm believer of eye contact is really important, or I like eye contact, and this lady looked to me and she said to me, the word from Maya Angelou is true, or she feels it with me, is that when I walk like or do something with someone, they don't remember the words that I say, but they remember how I made them feel, and she felt good and positive and motivated. And that, to me, that's probably the most beautiful thing someone has ever told me, because that's something I really strive to do, and something that I really try to, you know, leave a positive footprint with someone when I've met them. So that, to me, really, it made me a little bit emotional and meant so much to me. So to that lady that I never got her name, if you are watching, please know that I will forever remember that.
Okay. Wonderful. And this question, the one you love or the one who loves you?
Sorry, say again.
Which one would you choose? The one you love or the one who loves you? The one you love.
Oh, you mean like if I had to choose between two people? That's really hard. I think the one I love
but doesn't love you back.
But doesn't love me back is the, I mean.
Or the other option is the one you don't love but he loves you.
The person that I love that doesn't love me back, you know, that happens in life. It could be romantic, it could be on any type of platonic relationship. Oh, okay. Well, then I can't force that person to be with me. So you know what? That person will always know that I love them, so they are set free, I guess. The person that I don't love back, I cannot see myself ever not loving anyone in any way possible, like even platonic, in a platonic way. So I would choose that person because I know that I do love people in general, and if that person loves me in a different way, I'm sure that we can kind of figure out a friendship around that.
Okay, so final 3 questions.
Go for it.
So
Probably.
the king is having dinner at your house, your home. What would you cook for him?
Probably I cannot make any food, so I will give him my famous toast and scrambled eggs, and I'm sure he will love it.
Wow, interesting. So it's something different, I assume.
I can make ice, and I can make toast, and I might be able to make scrambled eggs, but that's it. So if the king comes to my house, I'm sorry. I will invite anyone else that can make food.
That's a good one. And final 2. Okay. When is it okay not to be okay? And when is it not okay to be not okay?
It is always okay not to be okay if you are not okay. You know, if you don't feel good, if you're not okay, that's your right. And if you can talk to anyone about it, great. You know, I am a firm believer that if you accept what you feel and you're not okay, that's better than forcing yourself to be okay if you're not. I said okay a lot now, so I hope you got it.
Okay, so just give the girls a tip.
A tip.
One great tip that you can share to the girls.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for, during the preliminaries.
The preliminaries.
Because that's where they choose who will get in.
I think, you know, because there's so many amazing contestants, we as a judging panel will be looking to get to know that person.
Mm-hmm.
And if you as a contestant can go on stage and give us a little bit of yourself,
mm-hmm.
then we can kind of get to know you a little better. So I think, I don't want to say just be yourself, I want to say work on what you present on stage to make that connection with the audience, so that we can, there's something special in every single person. I believe that there's this light in your heart that you kind of shine throughout whatever you do. And if we can get a little glimpse of that true light that you shine out, if you feel that, if you have that, you know, energy, we can feel it. So I want to ask every contestant to kind of work on that and give us something about yourself.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And finally, a message to everyone on Missology.
Missology, this platform has been such a positive and amazing part of my year. Always so supportive and so much love. So I want to thank each of you and Pawi, you know, for everything. Without you guys, this year wouldn't have been so amazing. So thank you so much. I hope to include you in everything I do going forward, and so much love.
You have our full support, Chanique, and we love you. You're such an amazing title holder. You carry the crown so well, and we're really proud of you, Chanique. And we wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you, Pawi. Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.